Death. Now more than ever we fear it coming, yet millions in the States march the streets, fighting against one another to their unjustly death. Drake. New York never saw this coming, but it happened. A young Canadian kid became the most successful hip-hop artist in modern hip-hop. Defenestrate. Defenestrate, the orange POTUS, and other phrases along those lines are the most commonly heard and read all across social media in recent times. Desdén. Jamás había visto tanto desdén y falta de empatía hacia otros seres humanos hasta estos días donde se busca la justicia donde aún la hace falta. Diagenesis. Many of these poems and many others are the result of a diagenesis processes that have lasted way too long. I think it's time to give them wings so everyone can experience them. Dern. Everybody thought he had some Dern ventures, but nobody thought they would come out in these days of chaos, violence, and death. Destello. El destello de tus ojos me nubló la vista, enamorándome a ti en un instante. Diaspora. They are all out there, our cultural siblings all across the world. I just wish we could embrace for the betterment of our isla, but that's something that'll probably never happen. Dog. She barks and scratches the door all night long looking for attention and affection, and we let her in the house every night, and we just hope that she'll get used to her life outside soon. Different. We desperately try to be different but never really understand that we're different by nature. Dark. The darkness continues to reign and we just want there to be peace. But how can there be peace when there's no justice? Distance. We try to keep the necessary distance, but there will always be the ignorant who won't care for the facts provided by science. Divinity. You, my dear, are pure divinity, and I embrace said divinity with open arms, and open heart, and open soul. Dulces. Tus caricias tan dulces me enamoran más cada día y noche y me confirman que tomé la decisión correcta y que me enamoré de la mujer ideal. Dysphoria. Everybody's in a state of dysphoria right now, but what can you expect when we're living through a pandemic and cuffs are still killing our people? Date. It's another bright, shiny day filled with opportunities, or so we think. For today, we can't do as much as yesterday or the months before. We continue to stay in lockdown and our opportunities are limited despite the vastness of the internet and the many interests and hobbies we can explore now with all the time we have. Desire. So many desires and we do nothing. So we feel empty and fall to the darkness. Daughter. You often tell me that we're gonna have daughters, and to be honest, I wouldn't mind. I just worry I might become the jealous type of father, who would often have arguments with people who might have good intentions. I wouldn't mind having a daughter. I've thought of many names. I even cried at the idea of having a daughter. I know she might end up being a daddy's girl, with all the love and support I'll provide, but I just worry. I just worry of becoming that jealous type of father. Date. I will never forget that first date of ours, going to the movies to see a trashy movie. For me, it was a bit of a sacrifice, but I knew it would be okay. You were the one for me. Diction. I'm always training like the many shonen characters trying to become the best, except my field is related to diction, in written and oral presentation. Dictionary. Always looking to learn new words in English and Spanish from all sorts of backgrounds, looking to expand my mental dictionary, hoping to have something as broad as jizzas and Aesop's or probably even vaster. Digging. I keep digging through the web and continue finding inspiration everywhere from old arts such as literature, painting, and music to newer forms like cinema, television, photography, and all the new forms of media that continue to be discovered every single day. And then I wonder, how can people not get inspired? Dig. I dig through it all, looking for a deeper meaning or an answer to it all, but in the end, finding life's purpose can ultimately be meaningless. Document. My poetria can be many things, but amongst its many powers there is documentation. They often serve the same role as documents as I practice what many poets did before me, and a lesson I learned from my father, the importance of history and its documentation. Disqualified. The orange POTUS has been disqualified for a long time. He just refuses to accept it. Drive. We take a drive looking to escape what we've lived through all these days. We just want to see the sea. We just want to feel the wind. We just want to go back to those days of normal.